Hey everybody, welcome back to Tamarac's Treehouse, coming at you with another adventure. The party entered the Winter Court and is trying to traverse their way through it to get to the Unseelie Court and meet with Mav and find out what is causing her to go a little crazy. And they are being sent there on behalf of Titania, saying that Mav is breaking the balance between the summer and the winter courts. So they were tasked to figure out what was going on there. As they entered the winter court, the first thing that had happened was this wild dervish of wind brushed past them and escaped into the court with them. And now they are being hunted by something foul, and they don't know what it is. But in the meanwhile, as the party ventures on, looking over their shoulder at what might possibly be hunting them, they traverse through the snow-trekked tundra of the Winter Court and come across a rickety old bridge that is spanning across a crystal-like crevasse with very sharp crystals. So this is just a simple skill check that they had to get through. So rolled some athletics or ability checks. The bridge was clearly extremely icy. It was precarious for them to get across. They had to use some of their Misty Step kind of abilities, and some of them had become frightened when they failed their checks as they thought they were going to fall, and some of them had to help each other get across. They also had a horse with them, and they need to be creative to figure out how to add animal handling their way across the bridge there. As they got to the other side of the bridge, I set up a relatively simple trap for them, which required a little bit of non-metagaming experience here. But they stepped down off of the slippery ledge here and encountered the snow that had snowflake-like patterns across the snow, and it allowed them to walk on it with no repercussions. And as the party moved into this area, at some point, let me see if I could get this set up the way I had it set up. I had some light changing here that went on, so we basically turned off the overheads like so, and we turned off the lights here, and we turned on the trap. When the party ventured onto the area, the snowflake-like patterns turned into ice spider webs, and at that point the party became stuck in the webs, which became effectively difficult terrain, and these giant ice spiders broke free from the ground, and other spiders climbed down from the canopies of the trees that are overhead in this Feywild type setting. So the party encountered fought these spiders and faced the encounter. At the end of this session, one of them wound up getting away. One of the giant spiders. So now I had it creepily climb up into the canopy of the trees that are overhead. So as they decide whether or not they want to camp, they must pay attention to the fact that there's this giant ice spider that's pretty upset that they killed all their little spiderling babies, and may come after them. So the session pretty much ended where they also identified that they were being watched by this little tiny spider here that has a little pack on his shoulder and a little staff across its back. So we'll pick up the adventure where maybe they find out what that little spider is all about, and maybe have that spider help them or give them some information about how they can continue to traverse through the Winter Court. But yeah, this is a little adventure that I've got going on. I'm probably going to break this down now and set it up for tomorrow's session, something a little bit different. But yeah, the giant ice spiders are Schleich minis. You can find them on Amazon or some toy store kind of things. A lot of the minis here are, obviously your standard WizKid stuff. We got a bridge by Dwarven Forge. We've got some of these 3D printed terrain. I think it's I can't remember the company. I'll have to put it in the doobly-doo below. These things here, I crafted years and years ago with some icicles from like an old couple dollar Christmas light set, and I used a cup holder glued to a CD, which I thought was really cool, and it kind of creates this this effect where you cover it up with some snow and some crystals and whatnot, and then you put a tea light, kind of changing light underneath, and it looks really cool. Made a couple of those. Really sharp though. Those are sharp things. And yeah, that's pretty much the setting. We've got the old Game of Thrones wall setting up over here that maybe next session we'll have to climb up and venture off into the next area of the adventure. But yep, that's the setting right there. Kind of set it up where they can traverse in this Winter Fey Seelie Court or Unseelie Court type setting. And hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions about the adventure, please feel free to let me know in the comments. And until next time, game on, man.